Hey guys, it's Randy. Welcome to my craft room for the first time. It's a hot mess, so please just ignore that. And I have a little visitor here who can't seem to stay off of my table today. And so hopefully she's going to get tired out and want to take a nap and I can put her down. But the reason that I'm here today is to come on and show you how to make feathers. And I don't have any of the ones that I've already embellished, but these are paper feathers, and I just have a couple here that I have left over that I haven't done anything to yet. 3 little ones like that. So if you haven't seen Secret Soda's video, please check her out. She did I think a live version of a craft with me and made lots and lots and lots of feathers on there, and it just inspired me to want to do some for my own. And I hadn't seen them before, and I thought, wow, how cute those are and all the things that you could do with them. So I got busy and started making some of my own. I posted them in a Facebook group that I'm in, and have had a couple of requests to show everybody how to do them. I did link Secret Soda's video into the Facebook group, so I think that they have seen her video, but this is just my version. I'm not a tutorial queen. I don't do tutorials. You'll figure out why really quickly. Is because when I get on YouTube, somehow I manage to lose my words and I can't find them. So we will just try to get through this as best we can with the kitty and all. So without further ado, I do have a couple supplies here on my desk that you're going to need. And let's see if I can get her down. So one is I just have some Mod Podge and a paintbrush to put the papers together with. So you take 2 pieces of paper and you put them together with the Mod Podge. I don't Mod Podge on the outside of them, and I don't think Secret Soda did either. I think it was just on the inside, but that's how you hold them together. Or you could use, anything else that you want to hold them together with. You could use glue. I think the Mod Podge is just, I don't know, the easiest thing to do maybe. Ella's being sneaky and coming around the camera here. So some paintbrush. I have some scissors, obviously, for paper cutting. And Ella, she's trying to get her head in my jar of water here that I'm rinsing my brush out in. So, look, say hi, and then we're going to get down, okay? Let's try it. Let's see how long that lasts. So I have a little, I guess this is a floral wire cutter. I'm not real sure of the proper name for this little tool, but it's kind of wide at the top, and it cuts wire really well. You could probably use your needle nose pliers if you have some, if they have that little place on the very inside that you can cut wire with too. Sometimes they're equipped with that. I have some 20 gauge wire here that I got from Michael's, and I got silver and I got gold. Originally, when I started, since I didn't have any of these things, I just had some Christmas ornament hangers on hand, and so I thought, well, I will try that, because originally I tried string, and even though my string was thick, let's see, I can show you on this one right here, it just moves too much. It's too, doesn't hold a shape. You can't stick them down in anything. It just didn't work. So, other than that, I have some Fabri-tac, which I'll use to embellish the feathers. Various kinds of paper. I'm going to try to decoupage one with a napkin. And she sees herself there. She's to play with herself. Would you stop that? Oh, kitty, kitty. Say hi, kitty. Let's sit right here. Can you sit in my lap? Oh, y'all, I don't know if I'll make it through this. Anyway, so Fabri-tac. I've got some little sheets of paper in a 6x6 paper stack that I've just pulled out that I thought would be pretty. And, you know, here's some of those. They are not double-sided, so what I'll have to do is fold it over like that and then put the wire up in there. I got a piece of, I guess it's tissue-y paper. It's kind of rice papery. I don't know. I'm really excited to try that, to see what that looks like. Some scrapbook paper. I've got some double-sided scrapbook paper too that's really thick. I don't know if you can hear that. But I don't have to combine the two pieces together. And that's not going to work, is it? Because where am I going to put the wire? Yeah, I'm going to have to put them together anyway. Okay. Well, glad I figured that out before I started this process. Okay. So several pieces of paper. Here are the scrapbook blocks that I'm using, or the paper packs. I've got wildflowers, and I got Boho Bohemian. This is, let's see, who is this by? I don't know. Oh, it's Recollection. So I got this one, I believe, at Michael's. And I think that I got this one at Hobby Lobby. And I'm not sure where this comes from. It just says first edition paper, so I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you the paper that I had chosen. I'm going to put this over here. You know, you can use any kind of paper. I'm going to try to do some music paper, some book pages, and just see how that works out. But I just want to show you the process. You know, you can go as wild and crazy as you want on this. I've got some stickles, and I got some glitter, and I have put some glitter on some, and the stickles, and I've also got this gold pen. Let's see what it's called. It's a Craft Smart Multi-Surface Premium Oil-Based Paint Pen. I think I got this in Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure which one. But one of my Facebook friends said that the feathers would look really pretty with some gold on the edges, and so I got this pen to try it, and I'll do some here. I'm not sure if it's going to pick it up. Let's see. You can see it, but it's kind of metallic. It's not glittery. So, you know, it just adds that little touch, just a little bit of shimmer when you turn it a little bit. So I think that's it for supplies wise. If I have missed something, we'll figure it out as I go along, I guess. So I've already pre-cut some wire, so I'm just going to put that up there. Have my Fabri-tac kind of sideways, because you know how Fabri-tac is kind of moody, and it does whatever it wants to. So it's just waiting on me there, hopefully without bubbling out. And I've cut some wire already now that I think is a ornament holder. So I didn't really pay attention, you know, that much to how long I cut these. I think generally we're at 5 or 6 inches. Yeah, it is kind of the range. Because when you fold your paper over, you know, unless you take the whole 12 by 12 sheet and put it on each other, you know, that's how you can make some really long ones. You'd have to cut your wire really long. So I haven't tried the really long ones yet, although I think they would be really pretty. So I think I'm going to try this one first, because I want to let this dry a little bit. So I'm going to start with the book pages, and then I'm going to start with the music. And not that we need to, but I'm just going to cut the top of this you know, I can show you how wide this is. It's just a scrap piece of paper that I took, that I grabbed. It's about 3.5 inches wide and about 5 inches tall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Mod Podge those together, and then well, I'm going to lay this shorter piece of wire on there after I get the Mod Podge on. I don't know why I can't say that word. They should have called it Mod Podge, because that's what everybody says anyway. Okay, let me see if I can get 1 or 2 of these. I think you guys can see the camera okay. Oh, and we have Miss Priss back. No, Ella. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I think those 2 will work. So I'm just going to start getting the Mod Podge and putting it on here. Oh dear. No, Ella. She's wondering where I put that water. She's a sweet little kitty, but she was a stray and she hasn't seen a lot of things, and so she gets real curious. And she doesn't have any food manners whatsoever, because you know, she kind of had to fight for all the food that she got. And so I don't think she's figured out that she has, you know, has some food that she is going to get to keep getting. Okay, so I've got a shorter one and a little bit longer one on here. So the longer one, I just put it up a little higher so it go up further in the feather. And I'm going to put the top on. Ooh, okay, maybe. Let's start that again. We get in camera. Okay. I wanted to make sure that my music paper was up the right way. Okay. Okay, so I'm just flattening it down. And, you know, as you can see, I have 2 pieces of wire in there, so this is going to be 2 feathers. I'm just going to rub it together. Well, I like to take my fingernail, and you could take a bone folder too. Let's see if I could grab mine, and just kind of go down along the edge of the wire. And that way it kind of pops out a little bit and gives you some definition. It's kind of hard to see with this piece of paper, but I'll do it on the other side too. See if you can see it right there and right there. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside and we're going to let that dry. And then I'm going to move on to the book pages. This is like your novel size book page. I'm not sure if I want to do, I think I just want to do 1 in here. Ooh, look at that Mod Podge. So I can make sure and get words all over it. So I'm not going to put it all over the page. I'm just going to kind of put it in the middle where I think the feather is going to take up the space. Now you want to get enough on there to where when you start cutting your shape out that you can get the entire shape of the feather, so that when you start cutting in the way that it looks like a feather, to make it look like a feather, that it all sticks together. I probably should have cut a larger piece for this because it's taller. This is what happens when you take it out of this. I left this one in. I got smarter on this one and just kind of pulled it out as I need it. So quick tip there, or else, you know, kind of going to end up with a mess like this. Let's see if I can find the end here somewhere. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to kind of take this and measure out what I think I need right there. There's my little tool. This one's going to be a big one. Cut that off. And kind of straighten it out a little bit. You don't have to straighten it out a lot because feathers usually have a natural curve in them anyway. It just depends on how you like it. When you experiment, You can do whatever you like. You hear that little purr monster right there? She's funny. Okay. Alright, let's see. Which page do I want? I think I want this side. Oops, I'm getting out of frame. I'm trying to stay out of Ella's paw reach. Okay. This is where I spend my days when I'm making my journals. And Ella hasn't spent the day with me making a journal, but she has spent the day with me finishing one up. So I don't know how she's going to do with cutting and gluing and all that stuff. So when I get my fabric out, which is the last journal that I worked on, when I got to that point, she was chasing the fabric all over the place. So I don't know. I made her a little bed under there. I don't know if you can see the corner of it. There's actually two, one for our big cat Oreo, and then one for her. Alright, I'm going to put that over to the side. And then I'm going to get some scrapbook paper. So I'm going to start with a smaller piece. And just fold it over like so. These little pieces you're really only going to get one feather out of. Get some Mod Podge going. These I usually do the whole page, you know, because it's not that big. She's killing me, her little head. Oh, look. Cat. Okay. Probably could have cut these a little longer, but I think this will be fine. It doesn't have to go all the way up. Can you see how far up I'm going there? Because when you cut, you know, you're going to kind of go in at the top, like this one. I had started this one, kind of go in, you know, so you don't need it all, you don't need the wire all the way to the top. One feather that I wish I could figure out how to do this with is a peacock feather, but their feathers are so different, and I don't know, the way that the feather grows, you know, it kind of goes up and does that little swoop thing. I don't think I could make one of those. Okay, so I'm just putting these over to the side to dry, and I love this paper. I don't know if you can see it. It's got script on it, but it's a really pretty color of green, and it's already distressed on the edges. It's from a little, I think this is 4x6 Kirby Tisdale paper pack, and I'm sure that I got that at Hobby Lobby. It's like 4.5 by 6.5. I love that paper pad. Paper's really pretty, but it's really thin too, so you know, it depends on what you need it for. I like to do embellishments with it. That way I don't bulk up things too bad. You know, you can layer up and not make things too thick if you don't want them to be. Keep getting out of camera focus here. Oops. You can do this with your nail. Or or you don't have to do it all. I just like it. I like to see that. It puts some dimension in it and makes it look more like a real feather. See? Square feather. I'm going to try this one. I hope the Mod Podge doesn't go through this. This is kind of thin, and so I'm not sure how it's going to act. So we shall see. Ella, thank you for behaving a little bit. This is an odd shaped paper. It's actually stationary. Oh, it's wrinkling up on me. You checking it out, Ella? Or are you falling asleep? No, I want to do 1 or 2 in here. Let's see what I think we can get. Let's just try 1 to start. Oops, keep getting out of camera. I'm using my tablet, and I don't usually use that. I usually use my camera. Oh, it's wrinkling up. That's okay. Just mush it together. I think the Mod Podge will give it some, a little bit of stiffness by the time that's dry. Okay. Oh, you know what? I wish I had cut this out before we started. Let me see. Let's see how quickly I can get this off. And I think I'm going to put it on the book pages. And I'm just going to tear it because I did not prepare well ahead of time. Let's see. I'm going to do like a bunch of little roses. Let's see, we'll cut around here a little bit. Just want to get the cabbage roses. I don't like Mod Podging things on the outside. So I think what I'm going to do is what I usually do. I'm going to glue stick it down. See how that works. May regret this on this feather process, but we'll see. And I'm bad. Like, I just put it directly on the napkin. Okay. Put that down. Need to fray the edges on here a little more. Looks too neat. And this is just an experiment, so we will just see how it goes. It doesn't have to look pretty. It's sticking to my fingers. Oh, yep. Oh, that's like another little layer there. Even after I tore the first layer off. Weird. Okay, I might have to be more careful with this one. I'm going to do it right here. There's another layer on that one too. Okay. let's get that off. Never noticed that before. Okay, we are going to glue stick the book page. See why I don't do tutorials? This would be why. Which side does that go to? There. And put that under there. Good glue on my fingers. This is hilarious. This is gonna be a long tutorial, guys. A long non-tutorial. Okay, might take all night. Okay, so there we go. Just kind of, you know, slapped it on there. We'll see how that works. I'm trying to see if I want to gently lay that down a little bit. When you put Mod Podge, if you haven't worked with Mod Podge very much, when you put it on something, on paper on one side, it does like this to the paper. It makes it fold over. And so, and it becomes really stiff, and you can't bend it really well. So that's why I don't like putting it on the outside. If you do it on one side, you have to do it on both sides, and, you know, understand that your page is going to be pretty stiff. So, okay, so there we go. There's that. I was going to do it on the music page too, but I think we'll be alright. So, out of that boho pack, I have this really pretty piece of paper. And I could literally do this whole line in this big 12 by 12 piece of paper if I wanted to. I like to have my feathers look different. Usually they never turn out to the same for me, and so I'm not going to do the whole sheet. Also kind of just for time's sake, but so I'm going to cut just a little sliver off. I think I'm going to put the paper over here that I don't use. And you don't have to cut that piece at the top. I'm just going to leave it. Get this out of the way. Get to Mod Podging. Ella, where are you going, honey? No, no, no. You can't get that. Nobody can see because of you. Can you scoot over here? Look. Go back to your place. Right there. Okay? Thank you. When we got her, she lets you rub her belly, and she lets you rub her little feet, and it makes her go to sleep. She's so funny. She's just a sweet little baby. Okay. Put that in. And close it up. Uh-oh. I have about that much hanging out of this one. Some I leave less, some I leave more. I really don't go by anything specific, just kind of what I feel like doing at the time, which is why I said this is really not a tutorial, because, you know, we're not measuring exact. There aren't exact steps to take. You can use many different methods, different glues, you know. I think I saw Secret Sodo use some, I'm not sure if she used just fabric or if she put fabric on the paper and Mod Podged it. but she has used Fabri-tac. Her little head is funny. Okay. That one's not getting as defined as I would like, but it's okay. The design is pretty. I really want to make a black feather. I haven't done one yet, but I want to make one, so I could get 3 skinny ones out of here, so I think I'm going to do a skinny one. But I bet a black one will be pretty when it's embellished up. What do you think, Ella? Oops, excuse me. I'm just trying to not stick everything to this piece of paper that I have here. I got these old desks for $5 a piece. The ones that are in my craft room here. I've got 4 of them. I mean, you just can't beat that price for anything. And, you know, I got them so I could work on them and not worry about messing them up. They're just those school tables that they used to have. They were super heavy, but they work perfectly. So I've got them in a U shape in my craft room. That leaves room for shelves and things underneath, or whatever. In my case, bins of fabric. Am I doing it right, Ella? See all these people coming to my house. I don't know who they are. Who is it, Ella? I don't know if you can hear the dog barking, but we've been dog sitting my stepson's dog this weekend, who is our dog's baby, and he loves his daddy, and so he's here and to pick him up. And you see him, Ella? He's about to lose his mind. Blick. Okay. Alright. Let's do a pretty floral one. Let's see, this way. I'm going to cut this off. It's got a little hole in it. I don't know if you can see it there. Like that, or that little white piece. So I'm going to cut off here too. What's going on out there, Ella? Do this side. I'm just going to cut about that wide. This is about 2 inches. And you'll see when I start cutting why it's not that important how wide you make it. Just depends on what size feather you end up liking. Uh-oh, something fell. Ella, are you going to try to go out the window? Okay. Oh, mercy, I don't know what she's going to make my desk all crazy. Well, that didn't turn out as bad as I thought. That's a real feather. Excuse me, ma'am. No. again. Ugh. On the other side too. The cardstock is it's a little bit harder to get the feather to show through, so sometimes I just have to do it with my nail. Oh yeah, there we go. And squeeze it on both sides. Yeah, see, you can see that there, right there. Okay. Okay. That one's good for now. Okay. Oh, I wanted to show you these beautiful papers. Can I have some paper? Thank you, ma'am. So this one to me kind of looks like feathers or waves already, so I definitely wanted to use that. It's kind of watercolory on the back. This one looks like kind of a splatter. I don't know, that it just reminds me of birds in my mind. And this is some of the boho paper. Can you see it? It's got some, there you go. It's got some foil accents on it. And this one is going to be gorgeous. Ooh, it's all metallic-y. And this one I just think is so soft and pretty. It's got boho circles. That's just one-sided. This one's watercolory, one-sided. Let's try not to make a catastrophe. How about that, Ella? Knock over the Mod Podge. That's pretty. Hello. Goodbye. Hello. Okay. Anyway, so maybe I will do, let's just do a couple more. Because they're going to be really pretty. I'm already at 37 minutes, and this video is going to take forever to upload, but, you know, whatever. So I think I'm going to go this way with that. Just fold it over. Put my paper trimmer away, I don't know. Out of my reach, unfortunately. I think. Put a lot. No, 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 no. Let me see your little paw. Let me get that. You don't want that. You definitely don't eat it. Oh, I'm going. Nope. Let's go this way. I should just start a kitten watches crafting YouTube video, YouTube channel. Oh, let me have it. Yes, see, that's why. Did you get on both of them? No, it's only on that one. Don't eat it. Yes, you better get down. Oh, Lordy. Now she runs away. I better check and make sure. Let's see. La, 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 la. Why is it always not in English? Is there one on this side? There we go. I don't think it is. Dangerous, it doesn't say it is. Oh. Now you definitely can't go over there. Miss Priss, come on. Yeah, look what you did. Let's get down. Oh my goodness. Oh, kitty woes. Okay. So, I guess we shouldn't do a kitty watches crafting YouTube channel. Although my sister would probably disagree. I'm going to have to send her this because she hasn't seen my kitty. But she loves kitties. She does disaster relief, and